Hey sis, this is Reese Omega from the editing room. I filmed this video before the election, um, and we all know how that ended up. And since this series, Picking Up the Pieces, is going to be, focusing on mental health, I have to say that the results of this election has really messed up my mental health. I'm very worried about the future. But I just want to take this time just to say that in this space, black women are safe, people of color are safe, black people are safe, LGBTQIA identities are safe. And I'm so sorry that this happened. And we just have to stay together. We have to form a community together, you know? So just letting you guys know this is a safe space. And I love you guys. And it's gonna be hard, but I think we can survive this. Okay. All right, picking up the pieces is next.
We're paying you more than you'll be paid at any other customer service job in Atlanta. So, I mean, what you gonna do, sis? You are watching Hey Sis TV, and this is Reese Omega, and we're here for another episode of Picking Up the Pieces. So, I have been deep and heavy into my depression era. Okay, it's been a wild ride, to say the least, right? As I said in the last episode, a great deal of my depression was coming from my job. I was super burnt out. When we got sent home to work in 2020 when COVID first hit, I didn't realize how much I hated my job. I didn't realize how draining my job was until it was in my house, staring me in my face when I woke up in the morning and staring me in my face when I went to bed at night. Like it was like so draining. And every day became harder to get through. 8 hours felt like 24. I started to do a lot of calling out sick, um, a lot of leaving work early, late for work, and I work at home because I was just so tired of it. It became a physical reaction after a while where like logging into work was the most painful thing for my mind and for my body at that time. Now I know that we have to work. We live in a capitalistic society. To pay your bills, you have to have some kind of income stream coming in. If not, if not multiple, at least one. Okay. So I toyed around with the the prospect of quitting to try to focus on this. This was like 2021, maybe, where I really started to seriously consider leaving my job and hopefully find my footing in content creation or find my footing back into my passions. Um, so I toured around with it for a while. And then the job just got harder. Um, the company started making changes. Um, the work that we already had on our plate, it was starting to pile more on and expecting more of us. And the attitude I felt like the company had was, well, we're paying you more than you'll be paid at any other customer service job in Atlanta. So, I mean, what you gonna do, sis? You know, work for us. Do 12-hour shifts. Okay, never call out. Never ask for a vacation day. Never, don't do anything. You're getting paid to be tortured. So get tortured. And I was good at my job. I could have been a star employee easily. I knew that job like the back of my hand. I could outwork all those people at that job. But I didn't want to. I didn't have I didn't have dreams of that being the job I retire from. I didn't have dreams of moving up the ladder in the company. I literally just wanted a paycheck. It became just a paycheck for me. Literally. I would at toward it was getting to the point where I didn't even do my job good. Like I didn't do my job well. Like I would break all kinds of rules. I would waive things and just turn people's services back on just to shut them up. Like get out my face. I don't care. Here's your services back. You don't got paid nothing. Here's an arrangement. It was just like you called in cussing out. I'm either hanging up on you or I'm giving it back to you. I'm not cussing you out. I'm giving you that same energy. That same energy was returned. So I wasn't doing well at the job. And then I would say probably in 2000, yeah, 2023 last year, in the summer, my job was a utility company, and sometimes weather would affect the service that we provided. So if there was a really bad hurricane or tropical storm or thunderstorm that caused outages, we had to work. We had to take outage calls. And they had on-call rotations. They had, volunteers, but this particular week I was on call. And I had a really particularly bad day. I think I already worked overtime that day, and the day was just horrible. Every customer was just a nightmare. So I get a call from my job around 9 p.m. because it's a storm, and requesting to get on the phone and take outage calls. Those calls were so bad and back to back. And understandably, the services that we provide are not working for you. The services that you pay for are not working for you. But it's out of our control, first off, and we can't even begin to work on the problem until the storm passes because it's dangerous to work on these type of services with rain billowing down from the heavens. It was just a really stressful night, and I worked for about 45 minutes, and I started to feel physically ill. My head started hurting really bad. My fingertips were numb. I couldn't feel my fingers. My arm was hurting. And I sent an email to the acting supervisor at that time. I said, I'm logging off. I can't. I can't. I feel like I'm about to have a stroke. And after I logged off, I started to feel better physically. But I was like, you know what? I need to go. It's time to go. If I'm feeling cardiac arrest symptoms and possible stroke symptoms, this is too much for me. It's too much. So I would say that was probably like July last year. That experience changed my whole outlook on that particular job. So I still held on though. I still held on. But I just felt like I didn't have energy to do anything other than work. I couldn't work on any of my passions. I couldn't focus on my mental health. I couldn't focus on um, anything I wanted to do other than that job. I couldn't focus on anything. I didn't have the mental capacity or the physical energy to do it. After I got off work, I was in the bed disassociating with social media for 6 hours until I went to sleep. And I said, this can't. I said, this can't be like. This can't be how I go out. This can't be how things happen with me. So April this year, I requested like FMLA time for mental health issues. I was seeing a therapist at the time, and my therapist was like, "You need a break." My therapist said, "You need to just not have to log in for a while, and just get your mind together." I completely agreed, of course. Um, and filled out the proper paperwork, and I took leave from work. I requested 60 days off, and every day of those 60 days, I was dreading the time when I had to log back into that job. So, what I did was the last 2 weeks of my leave, I sent my 2 weeks' notice. I sent my 2 weeks' notice to a company I have been working at for October, October, this October, the time that I'm filming this, would have been my 10-year anniversary. So I almost made it to 10 years. It was so surreal. I'm sending a resignation letter to a job that I've been going to 5 days a week, some weekends, since 2014. But I knew that it's something I had to do for him. I had to. Absolutely had to. So yeah, I sent my resignation letter in, took my equipment, 'cause I was still working from home, took my equipment down to the building, and I was no longer employed with that company. And I'm not gonna lie to you at all. It has not been, strawberries and rainbows since then. Like, my mental health is still shaky. Um, financially is a lot of, I'm not evicted, but finances are tight. Um, but at least now I get to kind of manage out my days to where I can focus on things that I want to focus on, and then I can work when I have to work. Because honestly, right now I am doing DoorDash as a form of income, which it's been beneficial. If you really want to put some wear and tear on your car, you can make a lot of money. Um, but I just had to go, and I really do appreciate my therapist, because she did help me navigate that. I'm not sure if therapy has been that helpful to me. This is no shade to my therapist. There's no shade to her. This is beyond her, you know. Um, but my issue with therapy was I don't think it was long enough. Like an hour session is not long enough for the stuff that I'm going through. And I never walked out of my sessions feeling that much different because I had so much to talk about. So therapy is difficult for me. I need time. I need time to get all this craziness out, you know? So I haven't been to my therapist in a while. Um, Probably since about June. I'm filming this in October. I haven't been to a therapist since then. Um, and she's great. My therapist is great. She still texts me every now and then, just like, "You are you good? Like, you cool? Like, what's going on? Like, so like, I mean, I'm still in communication with her, but it's just something that I feel like I need to really. I need extensive therapy, and I know that it takes time. But I do want to feel some kind of I do want to feel some kind of weight lifted off me after a session, and I don't always feel like that because I go through so much, you know. And with therapy, I'm just trying to like trying to find that person that person I used to be. Like I know people change, and I know everybody goes through metamorphosis, and we might not always stay the same, but I want that hope that I used to have back. I want that energy I used to have back. I want that looking forward to the future that I used to have. I want that passion, I want that passion that I used to have back. Where I believed that one day I was gonna be someone great. That's what I want back. And that's been difficult. Not feeling like yourself is not a good feeling. It's to the point where I look at pictures and videos of myself from years ago, I'm like, who is that? Who is that person? You know? But I'm trying to get back. I'm trying to get back to some kind of remnants of what I used to be as far as energy and feeling positive about the future. Because sometimes I feel like it's useless. Sometimes I honestly feel like that like everything that you do is useless. Like it's not like it's too. If you have any dreams or aspirations to be an entertainer or be a content creator, it's such a saturated place. It's very difficult for you to get there. And sometimes I let that go in my head a lot, where I just feel hopeless about the future, where I don't feel like things are going to work out the way I want them to. And what's the point of even starting if it's not going to be what I wanted? I'm also a Virgo, a perfectionist. So, like, if things aren't, like, even this right now, this is not what I want. But I said, I got to push through to get what I want. I have to start somewhere. And the problem with that is I felt like I've started so much. I've started and started and started, and I feel like everything that I've started has like stalled or failed. So it's hard for me to create because I feel like if it doesn't have the outcome that I want, what are we doing this for? But I know that I have to just keep pushing through. That if I plant the seeds, if I plant the seeds of what I want and keep on planting them and keep on watering them and keep on nourishing them, and that something will come to harvest. So here's the hoping. Here's the hoping, girl. But yeah, that's just what I'm going through right now in my depression era. Um, every day is different. Today was a kind of a good day. Tomorrow, I don't know. But we're here. And we're gonna do what we gotta do to get where we gotta go. So Thank you so much for watching another episode of Picking Up the Pieces, girl. Okay? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Okay? Like, share, and comment on this video. Follow me on social medias. You can find me on TikTok, Hey Sis TV, Reese Omega, Reese Omega on Instagram, Hey Sis TV on Instagram, Reese Omega on Facebook, Reese Omega on Twitter. Like whatever you want, I'm there, girl. I'm there. I am omnipresent on social media. I am chronically online. So you'll find me anywhere. Just put in Reese Omega. I'm gonna pop up, girl. It's inevitable. Thank you for watching, sis. Have a good night, a good day, a good week. Hey, and guess what? I love you. Big move, I know, but I do. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much.